Hey guys, welcome to the Creators Corner. I'm here with the host, Mr. XGN and TSP Terror Code. Today we have guest ScottFreeezy2K. It's nice to have you.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. First 2K person we've had on the podcast.
We had Callie.
Might be.
He plays recreationally though.
What's sad is I'm in the same boat. I haven't turned the game on in over a month, so that's the tough part.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I have a clan that plays the game very actively every day. They're doing great job. Great little brotherhood there. But yeah, I can't play it as much as I used to.
Same. Mr. XG and I are both in the same boat. We own a lot of games that we don't have time to play.
I play every day.
Fuck off.
I play Apex Legends.
I was about to say Apex.
I played that too for a little bit, but then it's like you said, some of the games are just sort of wear off on you, and then they'll creep back up at some point maybe, and that's the beauty of it.
That's me with Halo, man. Speaking of Halo, Terror Code's been ducking that 1v1, bro. I heard he's scared of the sticks.
Listen, I told you, anytime you need your ass fucking whoop, just let me know.
Oh my god, bro. You're wilding tonight. All right, what's the questions?
So how'd you get your name?
Oh, well, unfortunately, the Freezy part, Scott's my actual birth name. Freezy part is always going by Scott Free, and it was unavailable on Xbox. So I just kept messing around until I got what I wanted, I guess. So nothing in particular. And honestly, it might change, man. I feel like Freezy is just a little, I'm getting older, and it's just not, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where my name's Scott, and then whatever comes behind it will follow, but nothing special with it.
Scott Free, man.
Put it this way, I used to make music when I was younger. I got 2 different rap names tattooed on me. So it's sort of like that sort of tells the story of naming conventions in my life.
Bro, who's eating spaghetti?
That's cool. You got 2 rap names tattooed on you?
Yeah, that's horrible, bro. That's like the worst decision I ever made in my life.
I have an Xbox tattoo with TSB tattooed across it, bro. My clan.
Hey, man. I ain't mad at you. I tattooed word on my lip. Bottom lip. So, like, yeah.
Okay.
Tattoos are tattoos, man. Word of mouth.
Word.
Yeah.
Tattoos represent a phase you were going through in your life at the time. I've
Exactly. It's like a book when you get older and start looking back at all the tattoos and remember the day you got it, what was going on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I spilled some chili on me one time and it got a scar. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know how I got these scars. So you have a clan of your own, correct? What's that experience been like?
It's been great. I've been really detached from them. I'm more so stood it up, got the Discord running. 2K team goes by Green Gang obviously for 2K. If you play a green is a perfect shot. So they do great. They enter tournaments and leagues. 20 some odd members roughly. It's going great, but for me again, it's sort of a game that I've become further and further detached from.
Any particular reason?
Just the amount of grind. It's one of those games where it's a grind race. It's an XP race as far as leveling up your player and reaching a top rep, and I just got sucked into Grand Theft Auto RP, which is also a grind because you have to build up storyline and create backstories for role play experiences, and then the content. So it's just like sort of one of those things where it's on the back burner, and we turn that burner off. But every once in a while, I'll fire it up and play. But
why are you lying? You know damn well you got a GTA 5 real job, and then it sucked you away from the clan.
It did.
He told me some crazy shit yesterday. You gotta go to like job training and all kinds of crazy shit.
There's an SOP. I learned 10 codes being a cop in Grand Theft Auto. Like I could legit go apply to be a cop today. Which
he probably knows more than the actual police.
Honestly, what I think is this should be great training for our police. We keep yelling, and we don't got to get into politics, but if we need to help train someone, it's crazy because like literally you go through, and we have a 23-page SOP.
I mean, we can talk politics if you want to. I'm I'm okay with that.
See, even that as I got older, my opinions has changed, and like I really don't care anymore. Like after that debate, it don't matter what we get. It looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, so I used to be heavy into politics and like local talk radio and shit, fucking nerd type shit. But other than that, nowadays it's just more so I stay informed and make the best decision based on the situation rather than what color or side I lean on.
My opinion is that most Americans have views that are down the middle. Like I have as many right-leaning ideas as I do left, and I feel like we kind of get left behind because you have to choose one side or the other. You know?
Yo, I mean,
And
hell yeah, that's the problem. I mean, my grandfather told me when I was really young, I didn't understand it. He was like, if you're 20 and you're not a liberal, you don't have a heart. If you're 40 and not a conservative, you don't have a brain. So he's like, the problem is the real problem with politics is these local congressmen, which make it into the House, the Senate, to the White House in some occasions, they have to start off in a district that they live in most cases. And usually that district is already a color. So even if I believe as a Democrat and I live in a red district, I'm going to run red. And then when I want to go next up in line, I'm going to have to run red again. So there's a lot of fake politicians that
the county I grew up in Texas is very poor, and it's a blue county. So you have a lot of Republicans that run on the blue ticket.
Exactly. And then they they might be a John Kasich and switch over at some point in their career, but that's not doesn't happen often.
Look, I'm not voting for no one that doesn't believe that the Travis Scott combo at McDonald's should be a year-round thing.
I'm writing in Kanye. I mean, I'll say it. I'm writing in Kanye.
Listen, why are you talking Travis Scott? What about the fucking McRib?
Bro,
why isn't it year-round?
The McRib is overrated. Period. I'll say it.
I believe.
Fuck off.
I agree.
Bro, I can't. I'm just saying, bro.
I don't like pork. I don't like pork too much. So
yeah.
I like bacon.
Fair.
What? What? I don't like pork that much.
No, but no, I try to give up pork, but I can't give up bacon. Yeah. So it's like a love-hate relationship.
I can totally understand.
However,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was just in South Carolina 2-3 weeks ago, and I had to stop. Carolina barbecue. I had to get a pulled pork sandwich from a place that's been there like 86 years.
Where'd you go?
Fucking what is the name? Hold on.
Bro, this man's digging through receipts.
Listen here, man. We can all talk barbecue.
Bro, the viewers are like, what happened to the podcast? This is a clan gaming
barbecue. Melvin's Legendary Barbecue in Charleston, South Carolina. Shout them out.
Yeah.
His great-great-grandfather invented the mustard barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah, we're now sponsored by that guy.
That'd be lit.
Listen, I don't know if he can take Mountain Holler out or not.
Oh, man, Mountain Holler is our primary sponsor. They just don't know it yet, but they're sponsoring us.
Yeah, I can see that.
And save a lot.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
You're doing a terrible job at pulling us back in this episode.
Yeah, I was like, how am I going to work this next question into? I don't even know what just happened.
Yeah, this is
like the debate. It's like the debate.
How has Ddosing affected your clan and the 2K community?
So with the clan last year, that's really what started my first video on the subject. The one that hit 200, man, which is fucking dope. They just all started getting booted. We were in like a league, and the way the league works is you all play, 3 teams play, 3 teams of 3. And first team to win 15 games wins the round. And we were talking 7 out of 9 people were getting booted. And got to the point where some people's, routers unfortunately didn't make it. Kids didn't have internet for homeschooling during Corona. Like it affected a lot of people pretty. Yeah, even the kids, was a couple of the routers died. So they had to wait a couple of days for a tech. This is like prime time Corona. So like the texts weren't really coming as frequent. So they had to, some people were out without internet for a few days, 3-4 days. Kids couldn't do school. Wives couldn't watch TV.
Tragedy.
So. Then that's what made I sort of just try to figure out what in the hell people were doing, because I wasn't I knew what was happening, but I wasn't like deep into booting and sniffing and decoding and understanding how it works. I'm still not super deep in it. That's why if you look at my comments, you'll see a lot of people calling me out. I'm not a fucking
Yeah.
expert on the subject, but I
Well, I thought
understand the impact.
that was the appeal to me, man. You were just like a consumer, like pissed off, like not really pissed off, just like, yo, what the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
don't.
that was the appeal, the realness of like a consumer. Like I was like, yo, I relate to that. You know what I mean?
For me, my perspective on it is I don't, and it sounds crazy. I don't have a people that sniff and boot. I have a problem with them if they don't use that talent. If you work at Wendy's and you sniffing and booting people, you need to change your perspectives on life. Like at least use that talent to find yourself a career, and then that's going to draw you away from sniffing and booting because you're going to get so busy. You're going to make good money. You're going to realize that it's not even fucking important.
Bro, I agree with you from a different perspective. See, I would get pissed off if someone that's working at Wendy's hit me offline. But if Kanye West hit me offline, I'd be like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. Kanye West hit me off. You know what I mean?
That's
Like, so
facts.
I think only people at Kanye West's level of fame to be able to DDoS.
Yeah, I mean the reason it's more prevalent now than ever is because these kids are getting younger and younger that know how to do it. I mean 12, 13 years old, and they know how to stress and knock down websites, let alone someone playing Xbox.
I mean, Mr. XG and I have been in this game for 25 years combined, probably.
Oh,
at
yeah,
least.
combined. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a new thing to us.
Yeah,
I will tell you this: it is more prevalent and more out in the open now than it has ever been.
absolutely. And you see it a lot in clans. I don't see nothing wrong with clans nowadays having a team. When I say booters, I'm not saying that's their goal or objective, but individuals that are very knowledgeable in this specific topic on their team as a branch of their brand to help spread awareness and educate people on how to stop it or how, why it's not good. It's really, it needs to be the community and the culture that needs to change, not the technology or the hardware.
I agree 100%.
Definitely, man. And like something I was telling you, yesterday, because I actually got up yesterday talking about this ain't new at all, man. This is something that we've been dealing with.
I
And
remember
like
Counter-Strike had this shit, like 1.4, you were getting booted,
oh yeah,
early
I mean,
2000. It's
as
absolutely.
old as people could use the internet, they've been misusing the internet. You know what I
Yep.
mean? As long as you could possibly do it. But
Yep.
like I said, like this Octosniff and this T3S and this other stuff, like to me personally, I feel like you guys share the same thing, has really only helped speed up and bring awareness to it to the point that like big tech companies can't ignore it anymore and not take responsibility for the shit that happens from the P2P shit.
Yep. Look, this is a great title. Microsoft can't patch or hotfix hate, jealousy, envy, or people that are just confused in their life. They can't patch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are always going to find a way to get around things. That's what makes this country great. That's sort of, capitalism at its finest. There are people finding ways how to do something. That's what lets the private sector strive in this country is these big
Yeah.
corporations aren't always right, or they may be first to market just because they have money, but they're not always first to idea or thought or ability.
As much as I hate to say it, the main persons that blame it all this isn't even the booter, isn't even the people doing the Octosniff stuff. It's realistically Microsoft, because they really have to take responsibility of what happens on their platform. And like I know Trent, like I told Scott yesterday, between us, we know some of the worst shit that can come, from a simple thing as having someone's IP. We've seen some of the worst shit that could possibly happen on the internet happen to people. You know what I mean? And realistically, Microsoft doesn't want that shit to be known. Period.
Absolutely. My house was swatted twice, July the 14th.
Yeah, facts.
It's on Microsoft. For me, like if I worked for Microsoft, I would work and partner with local and federal law enforcement agencies that catch booters and have them actually come work for Microsoft. I know it sounds crazy, but I would start to employ them so that booters aren't booting people out of like, again, hate or just spite, whatever it may be. There's a goal, it now becomes like a tangible goal that kids can strive for. So I'm going to go work for Microsoft's cybersecurity team. They're whatever they want to call it. I think that would be very smart and set Microsoft apart from Sony.
I mean,
So
it
that,
definitely happened previously. If you remember, like a few years back, like when Sony had their big, thing where all their games and shit, their
Yeah,
breach of games and shit, they shut down that website and then like paid that guy to work for them.
that's it. That's
It's
the best
crazy.
way to do it, man. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
I,
Yeah, just to get online at my house, I have multiple home connections, and we have 4 hotspots.
That's crazy. I mean, the problem with protecting yourself against a lot of these issues is latency, and it just makes competitive play hard when you're just a little behind because you're running through a VPN or something.
Yeah, agreed.
So it's up to it's really up to the big companies to figure it out, or kids that listen to this that boot, figure out a solution and present that to Microsoft. That's how you get very rich in life. Like that's the type of thinking that I hope to see from some of these booters is they do it to figure out how to further their career or their life in some way, shape, or form.
sure. So what else do you think that like Microsoft and other big tech can do to improve the experience for gamers? Do you think they're doing enough, or do you think they can do a lot more?
I don't know what they're doing. I think that's the problem for me. And I'm not necessarily a big read on all of their Twitter posts, whatever media platforms they may be on, but just letting the user base know what they're doing or what their plans are on the subject. Even simple things as replying to comments on Twitter that you see very often.
Well, I'll tell you this, Scott. I think like what you just said perfectly explains the problem. You know what I mean? When it comes to like this, like my security and like anyone else's security on their platform, is we never know. We never know what they're doing to help us or what they're trying to do to, do this. And to be honest, on this whole topic, I'm fairly certain your YouTube video is the only one that exists that's even discussing it or talking about it. And you're probably the main one that brought any attention to this at all. We knew about it. You know what I mean? Like Trent sent me, TSP Terracode sent me the, screenshots from the server and we knew about it. But when it comes to like people actually talking about this and discussing it and like, even though if this is true, what they're doing, you know what I mean? With everything, if it being true, even though this would be a massive marketing, thing for them, they likely won't even talk about it because they know all the fucked up shit that's happened from them not doing this over the, decades.
Yeah, I think it would be like they would try to surprise us with it. Like, here you go, and which is great. But I think just seeing them have an interest or putting efforts, or really it comes down to putting money towards a solution and people, that's a good sign. They may not have the fix the first patch. It might not be 4,900. It might not even be in the 4,000s. Who knows? But it's a good sign that they are working towards that solution, and next gen may be already having that solution built in. We will see.
I wish they were just more vocal with what they were doing,
Yeah. Or partner with content creators to spread the word about what's going on. I think that they're a tech company. They know how to market properly. So
Right.
leave it up to them.
Do you think that Microsoft shares some responsibility for the messed up stuff that's occurred through the ability to grab IPs on their platform?
I think it's tough. It's some of the games as well. If game is a P2P, that's a struggle as well. So it goes sort of back to the last answer. I don't know. It's up to like Microsoft hasn't shared their struggles or their pain points or their barriers so that we know them. Like, so it's
I just find it hard to believe that like a company like Discord can protect people better than a company like Microsoft. Like it's Microsoft. You know what I mean?
I've said for the last 2 to 3 years that Microsoft should have been bought Discord. That's like the dumbest decision they didn't make when they had chances way back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm glad they
If I were
didn't.
Microsoft, I would have purchased Discord and used that and pretty much implemented that as my new party chat.
I'm glad they didn't, though. I mean, at the same time, they have a really bad habit of, like, no
Destroying,
offense, like
Mixer.
killing things, like Mixer, Skype, like, you know what I mean? They just have a bad habit of taking things that are already good and just shitting on it.
Their best product that they offer is Microsoft Teams right now today. That's sort of the industry I'm actually in my 9 to 5. That they do great for corporate America and like business oriented products, but their side businesses, like you said, Skype, which was when it came out a great product, but it stayed Skype. It didn't change with the times.
No, man.
So yeah, I think Microsoft, it's up to them, but it's more so just communication. They can stop it, maybe. I don't know. I think their problem is stopping it, but keeping gameplay at where at least it is now, or making it better as far as latency.
Yeah. What do you think, Terror Code?
I believe that Microsoft can stop this. It's just up to them whether they want to make that leap or not, because these are vulnerabilities in their programming that are being exploited.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking from someone who's had everything you can imagine done to them, you know, from the bad side of the internet, this is a problem they can fix easily if they choose to invest money. And there are always going to be people who try to find ways around it. But when those things happen, you have to listen to the consumers. Like, we just got hit with the ban tool. I did personally, and they did listen. I mean, it took a whole lot of people uniting and messaging them, but they did listen. I know me and 5 people in my circle that were hit with the ban tool who were banned for reasons or things that we did not do, that those decisions were reversed, and it should not have taken that. Because, and what bothers me is how many kids were hit with that before us that didn't have the platform or the reach that we have, that are sitting around without an Xbox Live account now, who've bought content, done all these things, and lost their account through no fault of their own, just because they killed someone in a game or whatever, whatever the reason was.
If it was just some random person, y'all would still be banned.
Agreed. I mean, and that's terrible.
Okay, so you did mention that you think that Microsoft should have bought Discord. So and this question is for everybody, but if you were CEO of Microsoft, what are 3 decisions you'd make today?
Scott?
First, it sort of just goes back to that, like, grassroots, like, what does our community outreach look like? I would start there with that. Ensure that somebody solid's heading that division or department, whatever we may call it. And that involves connecting with your content creators and they do to an extent. I mean, you definitely see people get Xboxes early and things like that. But not necessarily, I'm not talking, that's more so on like a product vision rather than company vision or company movement. So more on a corporate scale of getting out information out to the public, having open Q&As, open dialogues, asking us what we want, and listening and taking that feedback. And then 2, it would have been to save Mixer. I definitely wouldn't have let Mixer. I know they partner with Facebook to an extent, but yeah, you got to have your own streaming platform when you have a console. It's almost like a requirement. I loved Mixer. I did very well on Mixer as far as.
I thought it worked better. Like, honestly, like I thought it worked better.
My VODs were better quality when I downloaded them from Mixer than Twitch. I love Mixer, so I wouldn't have let Mixer die. And then the third, I don't know. I'm gonna let the other two go a little bit. I'm gonna think about the third.
Shit.
What you said, open dialogue, that would have been my first thing. Secondly, things are more open. I mean, like Octosniff, they're openly advertising on Instagram and social medias, outlets like that. I would have people proactively going out and looking for things like that and trying to find situations where people were exploiting my system, and I would get ahead of that.
Yep.
And the third thing I would do is, well, actually, the bounty program. I mean, they've already started that, so that's a really good program, I believe.
You checked that out,
Those
Scott?
are my three.
No. Let's a little more detail on that.
You ain't heard about the Xbox Live Bounty program?
No.
Terrico, tell them about it.
They've actually set up a bounty program. They tell you the thing. I mean, they want you to show them ways that people can exploit and find loopholes in their security system. They're willing to pay you from $500 to $20,000, depending on what you show them, vulnerabilities in their system, and it's all laid out there. I mean, you know exactly what you're going to get paid if you can show them this, and they want you to show them videos. They want you to show them screenshots. They want to know how people are bypassing their security systems.
I have it here, right here. Spoofing. Hold on. All right. So they pay the most for remote code execution? Okay. Elevation of privilege is next. Okay. Yeah. No, this is great.
No, and we encourage anyone, that tunes into this and listens, check this out. You can find it simply, just look it up, Xbox Live Bounty Program. If you're listening to this on YouTube, we'll link it down below. But, they're definitely making the moves. Now, look, me personally, as CEO of Microsoft, y'all done handled that. Y'all done handled all the good shit. So, look, I'm CEO of Microsoft. Fuck all that shit, bro. I ain't worried about no exploits. Look, I'm copping the Lambo, first of all. You know what I'm saying? I'm the fucking CEO of Microsoft. It's over. You know what I'm saying? The company's on airplane mode. I'm busy. You know
Kick him, Landry. Kick him.
I'm done.
I'm
done.
buying
Kick him.
literally every fucking can and bottle of Mountain Holler, and not just my county, not just the whole country.
Okay. Keep him.
Okay.
I'm purchasing everything of Mountain Holler. Next, what I'm gonna be doing, shit, man, I'm gonna make Xbox Live and Game Pass free for everybody until they impeach me.
You can't even drive a Lambo, first off.
It don't matter.
You ain't even got a damn driver's license.
It don't matter.
It'll look pretty sitting in front of the double wide.
I'll make damn Instagram photos.
What? We gonna have $1 million ride sitting in front of a fucking
$15,000
house?
Bro, why'd I get that, bro? Does Lamborghini make tractors?
Okay, look, talk John Deere.
I need a Lamborghini John Deere collaboration. What?
He said if he was CEO, Microsoft is on airplane mode. He's busy, so I'm
They
just
got
processing that.
This shit right here is why people have problems with us, because you go off on these tangents.
Bro, I'm just saying, bro. Y'all done said all the good shit. Y'all done been CEO before me. Y'all done made all the positive changes and all that shit. So look, I can just
So you're saying we're smarter than you?
I mean, shit. I'm the one with the Lambo, so that's all I'm saying.
Zero words in a Lambo. Who's really smarter?
Scott, I'm gonna tell you something. My life was perfect until I became friends with this man.
Here he goes. You see how he treats me?
I got a couple friends like that.
What?
Yeah. Listen, I had a nice 2-story double wide trailer house, and I had window units and multiple windows in each room. This man comes here. First thing he does, get high, pass out, and let our AC units get stolen.
I did not. Those AC units didn't even have no remotes.
They worked.
Shit, barely. That's why I have to use all of them.
That's tough.
Yep.
So how long have you been creating content?
So I've been creating content a long time. So I used to make music. Like I used to actually like rap, make beats, did 4 or 5 albums. So like I shot videos a long time ago, really even before YouTube was ready or camera quality was solid enough for YouTube. But I got into gaming content probably about 14 months ago, 18 months ago, in that range. YouTube probably about 12 months ago.
Damn.
But most of my content didn't get pushed out. Just what the platforms weren't as easily accessible as they are now, or your equipment wasn't up to par.
Bro, I watched like all your stuff, man. It's good quality stuff, dude.
It is. I watched it too.
It better be, man. I'm older now and I can pay for good shit, so it better be decent.
I will say this, Mr. XGN, I mean, you can go back and listen. He has said 1,000,000 times on this podcast, it is easier now for people to start clans, make content, and do all the things we're doing than it has ever been in the history of us being around. Yet nobody's doing it successfully.
Yeah, no, that because they do it, but they don't. It's easy to set the look of a clan up. The Discord, everything looks good. A forum, a website, a link, a URL, but to have the processes in place behind the scenes is really the important thing, regardless of what game you play. It's the team and the processes. Those are the most two important things.
Bro, Scott, when are we dropping our Christmas album? Obviously in Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it would be cool to do it in like July.
Oh, Christmas, July, like, bro. Yeah.
Because it's
Listen,
not.
I can rap. Put me in there.
No.
All right, Jelly Roll.
Tag me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Bro, we're going to be like Jelly Roll and Haystack out there, man. Make a cool album. Man, Scott, what you know about Jelly Roll and Haystack, bro?
I do know Jelly Roll. My buddy loves him to death.
Jelly Roll's the man, bro. We got any more questions there, Landry?
I have one more. What direction can viewers expect your content to go in the next 6 months?
Oh, I want to hear this.
Wherever they want it. So like I usually just look at comments as far as like when I'm doing booting related or if there's updates or announcements. But the networking I've been doing, it's really that element that's gonna take me in different directions. Of I've met some young kids that are booters, and I'm gonna start recording some videos with them on VPNs, trying to get hit and showing people what happens and how to tell and how to set up your alert so you can check and see if you're actually getting an attack. But there'll be some gameplay as well. Grand Theft Auto RP, that's going to continue. There's going to be some real creative stuff we'll do with that here in the next 3-4 months. And then really wherever the community takes it, to see what the booters are doing, what the stressors are doing, and what vulnerabilities they're finding, and then what Microsoft is doing in return. And then I think making sure to let viewership know that we got to hold Microsoft accountable. So if they push out an update, it protects us for 4 days, and then we're vulnerable again, then that's not okay. That's not a win.
I can tell you this: the update is still protecting the people that received it.
I've had a couple of people tell me they've been sniffed on the update, but the problem with that is if it's not controlled testing where they're in a Grand Theft Auto lobby and they're in a party at the same time, they could be getting pulled from the lobby rather than
from the lobby.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of games that still people can pull from the lobby.
Rainbow.
But yeah, parties, no. If you have the update, you are safe as of right now.
I've had a couple comments say they found skips around the new update. One in particular is an entire new company. I'm almost nervous to say their name. I don't want to give them a shout out because they could be the next Octo. But they say that product is found to bounce around.
I mean, somebody's always going to find a way. Microsoft just has to try to keep up with them.
Yep.
And care
Or buy them
about the
out.
consumers too. Yeah.
Agreed.
Hey man, if I have a lot of money, if you do an analysis to say if we spend, if it's a small company, $200,000 to buy them out and shut them up, they sign agreements that they won't start another company for the next X amount of years. Is that worth creating a better experience for your user base, or vice versa?
Listen, I want to add a fourth thing, that if I became the CEO of Microsoft, the first thing I would do is ban Mr. XGN from everything.
What?
Yeah, of course.
What in tarnation?
That just makes sense.
Why?
Yeah. I would buy every company he tried to
Just right.
associate
All
with
right.
and ban
Well,
him
you
from that
enjoy
one.
that. See if I open my damn doors so the damn AC units cool your ass off.
That right there is why.
You always talking that smack, yo. But look, Scott, man, on the top of your content, man, I think it's dope, dude. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to have you on here, you know, every once in a while to kind of talk about like, you know, the updates and stuff, and then we should definitely collaborate on stuff. I had, you know, the opportunity to sit down with you yesterday, but yeah, man, I feel like, you know, there's definitely a need to keep people educated, and like I said, you were one of the only videos that I found on the topic. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, keep talking about shit, man.
I appreciate it, man. And I like talking and I like smoking, so it's just, it all works perfect.
Oh, that's the vibe, bro.
You know.
Word. Hey, Scott, I want to applaud your bravery, because I know a lot of people that were too afraid to say Octosniff or make videos about them or talk about what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the fact that you did that.
I'll read you a message I got at 6:31 p.m. So 2 hours ago. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
I like the YouTube video. Too bad we find out who you are.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, that person's actually in the Octo Discord, so I know who they are. But nonetheless, yeah, absolutely, you get a lot of hate. What's ironic is I haven't been hit offline in probably over two years, maybe. It's been a while. I say that I shouldn't have said that. But I'm rarely on Xbox. I'm blacklisted. I run a Path VPN on the Xbox. So gamer tag is FreeezyGG, 3 E's. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's another avenue I would like to get in, is literally testing the VPN and testing these updates. Problem is you're asking people to boot you, which isn't good.
I got the update, and ain't nobody. I don't want nobody to test nothing on me. I'm good.
He's finally appearing online again, feeling comfortable letting people
He ain't
know.
got the update.
I mean, look,
Bro, dude, I'll be texting Trent, bro. I'll be like, yo, I heard the Octosniff shit's working again. Should I appear offline? Like, I'll be telling him, like, I'll be texting him, like, yo, what you know about? I did it the same thing to Scott. I'm like, you hear this is true?
it's one of those things where we don't know all the answers, and people get mad at my videos because I say things and they're very general. They're not going to be granular because I'm not 100% on everything, and that goes all the way back to Microsoft not always being transparent or open with what they're doing. So it's a lot of assumptions.
Okay. It's like, and I don't want to open up a whole nother can of worms, but it's like a gun. Okay. If you're a good person doing good things, a gun is a good weapon. If you're a bad person doing bad things, a gun is a bad weapon. If you're a good person, quote unquote, doing good things, booting's okay. If you're a bad person doing bad things, it's not. I have no problem with them doing away with that whole scene. Okay. Leveling the playing field.
On that note, free my man. I'm just joking. He's already free. Young boy's already free. I just say free young boy, but he's already free.
I mean,
he's free and bailed out everybody who got arrested with him, right?
I mean, look, they got the money to buy. I mean, they could have bought Octo products or an X Resolver. That if you don't know how to fix a problem, that's what big companies do, is they buy the problem.
Yeah.
So I mean,
absolutely.
X Resolver could have turned into a website that gives you cool information and stats about a gamer tag you type in instead of a fucking IP address.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they could be receiving monthly checks from Microsoft right now.
This is the thing I want to say, and I said it before on Twitter, but never like on this, is like my thing with it is the DDoSing, the doxing, all that stuff, all the negativity that comes along through having exploits like this, push people away from wanting to play Xbox, push people away from wanting to participate in clans and wanting to participate in everything that we got going on. And I feel like people that are making some bread off like the DDoSing and the hostile shit, that are making bread off of it, it's nowhere near as the legal bread that you can make. Like if you apply yourself and use your talents and your skills, like Scott said earlier, like if you do that, like you can make so much more bread in this industry and this scene, and so much more that can benefit not and if you're not about like yourself making money, fuck it. Like my main goal with anything money related is to make sure the brands that I create today is here tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything that's being built today has to mean something. And what I'm saying is that people are over here fighting over crumbs when they could have a whole fucking piece if they applied themselves in another direction instead of harming the scene overall.
Absolutely. I mean, think of it this way: a lot of these booters, people pay them to sit on an OVH or a Cloudflare. They have 100 slot private server, and they boot, and they may make their money, like you said, there in smaller ways. You're protecting gamers. Broaden the scope. Think about protecting businesses. Businesses have a lot more money than people.
Yeah.
Start talking to businesses. Start spamming businesses. Stop spamming Xbox chat and Discord messages and Twitter, and start spamming mass emails out to local businesses to see if you can help protect them, because they're going to pay you and possibly pay you monthly. And then you might have a business to create in a subscription model, whatever it may be. But just think beyond the damn Xbox.
Bro, Octo could be getting 20 grand a fucking exploit they turn in to Xbox bounties. And like, what if they set up like an even more, even stronger partnership? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, these companies literally, Xbox have literally created a website pretty much begging like these companies and people smart enough to figure this shit out, to turn it into them and make money instead of
Yeah,
having to do it the other way.
yeah, but see, even Microsoft needs to go after them. See, I'm actually not mad at Octosniff from a business standpoint, just as far like from being able to, it is an exploit. It not necessarily maybe morally correct in most cases, but that's capitalism or free enterprise at its finest. You create a business, and you wait for, if you are exploiting something, you wait for them to come to you. So I just really would hope that Microsoft would approach them, and I don't know if they ever have,
Yeah.
but that's the hope. That's what's needed, is that relationship, like you said, so that, trust me, they know how to help fix it. They know that.
Transparency and communication. That's what it comes down to.
Microsoft partnered with a network company, so there's a special router you can buy. Hey, there's even more money you can make, Microsoft, that somehow protects you or has built-in functionality that runs a VPN. So
That would be dope.
like a triple partnership. You partner with a VPN company, a network company, Linksys or Night, whoever you choose, and Microsoft.
Would be sick.
But it's up to them. We're at their liberty.
True story.
Do you have any other social media accounts you want to plug? I know you plugged your Xbox account. Do you have like a Twitter or anything you want?
Yeah, just Twitter. That's from Twitter. You can catch everything else there on a social links. It's Freezy, FREEEZY, the number 2K. And I would change it, but it won't let me. Because again, 2K, I used to play it a lot, and I don't anymore. So Freezy2K is on Twitter. And other than that, you can catch everything in the bio.
Yep. I'll put it in the description. If you guys are listening on YouTube, it'll be in the YouTube description. But yeah, definitely check them out, man. I appreciate you coming on, dude, for real. I really enjoy your content. I really enjoy what you're doing. Keep us all educated, and definitely come back on, man.
Absolutely. No, this was great. Loved it.
All
right, man. Look forward to talking to you more. Have a good evening. Raise hell, praise Dale.
Hey, you as well, guys. Stay safe.
Eat ass, catch bass.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, and tune in for the next episode of the Creators Corner.
Peace.